Why do cats bond with each other? Is there love between cats? People have been living with cats for a long time because they are strange and hard to understand. By watching how they play together, one can't help but wonder, do cats love each other? This video will try to simplify complicated cat relationships by looking at their actions, social structures, and how they talk to each other to find out what kinds of bonds these mysterious animals form. The social structures of cats. Cats are naturally social animals, and in groups or homes, their relationships are often based on levels of authority. By looking at how cats set up pecking orders, we can start to understand how their social relationships work. Behaviors in territories. Cats are very territorial, which is an important part of how they connect with each other. It may seem like marking territories is more about dominance, but it's also a way to set limits so that social ties can grow. Body language as a way to communicate. Cats mostly talk with their bodies, using small movements to show a variety of feelings. Learning the subtleties of cats' body language can help you figure out how to connect with them emotionally. Rituals for grooming. Cats often do something called allogrooming, which means they clean each other. Cleaning and grooming each other builds community and is often seen as a sign of getting closer to someone. Interactions that are fun. Play is an important part of cat interactions. Kittens play with each other, which helps them learn how to get along with others, and could help them form lasting bonds with their peers. Bonds with mothers. The bond between a mother cat and her kittens is one of the strongest in the animal world. Because it's in her nature, the mother will care for and protect her children, showing love and care. Relationships based on hierarchy. Cats set up groups in homes with more than one cat. There are clear signs of dominance and submission, but there are also signs of friendship and shared spaces that suggest an emotional bond. Sharing of territory. Cats may share areas, especially if there are other cats in the house. We can learn more about how cats get along with each other by looking into how they negotiate and move through shared areas. Telecommunication through sounds. Cats use sounds to talk to each other. Their meows, purrs, and trills can be used to show affection, needs, or feelings. By looking at these sounds, we can get a sense of how strongly they are connected. Behaviors that show mate-seeking versus emotional bonds. Even though mating is necessary for survival, the fact that social ties last past mating seasons makes me wonder if cats can have lasting emotional connections with each other. Observational studies. Scientific studies and observations of cat behavior in natural or controlled settings help us learn more about how cats form social bonds and how they feel emotionally connected to each other. Relationships between species. The fact that cats make bonds with animals of different species, like dogs or other household pets, shows how flexible and wide-ranging their ability to connect is. Effects of environment. Conditions in the environment, such as changes in living conditions or the addition of new things, can have an effect on how cats interact with each other. Knowing about these effects makes the study of cat-to-cat ties more in-depth. Cognitive skills. Learning about cats' cognitive skills, like how they solve problems and remember things, can help you understand how they make and keep emotional connections. Recognition of specific people. We can learn more about how specific and deep cats' relationships are by finding out if they can know and tell the difference between other cats in their social circle. How to deal with illness or stress. Seeing how cats react when their friends are sick or upset shows how well they can understand and help, showing that they have a level of emotional understanding and connection. What role does genetics play? Knowing how genetics affect cat behavior is a key part of knowing how cats can love each other. Genetic factors may play a role in how strongly people form bonds with others. Relationships that last a long time. When you look at how long relationships last between cats, whether they live in the same house or in a group, you can see that they have strong emotional bonds that last. Behavior that is playful and affectionate. Like chasing, pouncing, and play fighting, cats do fun things that aren't just instinctual. When you look at how cats play together, you can see how happy and connected their relationships are. The effects of age. Looking at how age changes the patterns of cat relationships lets us see how these relationships may change and grow as a cat lives. Interactions with people. A big part of knowing cat bonds is looking at the relationships cats have with the people they live with. Seeing how cats look for comfort, show love, and form bonds with people adds to the larger conversation. Improvement of the environment. Cats' emotional health is affected by giving them a stimulating setting with toys, scratching posts, and fun things to do with other cats. The talk becomes more useful when we look into the connection between improving the environment and building relationships with other people. Keeping an eye on how people are grieving. When you look at how cats react when they lose a friend, whether that friend is another cat or a person, you can learn about their sadness and mourning, which shows how emotionally invested they are in their relationships. Perceived altruism. When cats do things that seem to be selfless for other cats or people, it makes us think about the nature of these relationships and the possibility of selfless behavior that comes from emotional ties. The effects of gender. We can learn more about how cats interact with each other by looking into whether there are gender-based differences in how male and female cats form emotional bonds and show love. Interaction with strangers. Looking into how cats act around cats or people they don't know can help us understand how they quickly judge people and change how they act based on what they've seen before. Relationships that are based on reciprocity. Looking into whether cats react to their partner's emotional needs by acting in a way that is reciprocal in relationships helps us learn more about the give and take in cat relationships. To sum up, the question of whether cats love each other involves looking into many aspects of cat behavior, social systems, and communication. Even though scientific study and anecdotal evidence give us hints about how cats feel, the true nature of their relationships is still a fascinating mystery. Whether they show it through grooming routines, playing together, or sharing territory, cats' relationships show a depth of feelings that goes beyond instinct. Understanding and valuing these bonds not only makes our relationship with these fascinating animals better, but it also shows how deeply emotional connections can run in the feline world. We hope you found the video useful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Hope to meet again with new content.